There was an unbelievable Maisa that happened in Eretz Yisrael. Unbelievable Maisa. There was a boy supposed to have his bar mitzvah. It was Parshas Bechukoisai. Supposed to have the bar mitzvah. And he settled it in the shul that was his bar mitzvah. Unfortunately, the Gabba who they asked didn't remember there was Parshas Bechukoisai. And there was another bocher, another boy, bar mitzvah bocher, that the parents asked Parshas Bechukoisai. And the Gabba said, yes, fine. Both the boys came together. All of a sudden, the day is coming near, and they both came to look in the Sefer Torah to practice the Parsha. Both knew it perfectly. Oh no. Gabba sees both of them together, and then he understands his mistake. They're both supposed to have the bar mitzvah on the same day. They both can't have it on the same day. One set of parents didn't want it. So they begin to wonder what to do. Finally, one of the boys said, it's okay, I'm Mavater. I'm Mavater. It's okay, he can have the bar mitzvah. I don't have to have the bar mitzvah that day. We'll do it another time. The parents were asked if they were maskim. What kind of a child is going to say he's Mavater on the parsha that he learned, on the day that he's looking up to for months and years? What kind of a boy is going to be Mavater? Parents that are Mavater. The parents said, we're Mavater. The other boy can do it. Do you understand what it is that a child should come and listen to the other Bocha Bar Mitzvah, laying the parsha that he knows perfectly? Do we understand what it is when that Bocha Bar Mitzvah that gave up sees everybody come up and give a Yasher Koyach to the boy that just finished laning? Do we understand when the Kiddush was given in that boy's honor, how that boy must have been able in some way to put things together in his own mind in order to overcome feelings of jealousy and upset? But he did it beautifully. He did it beautifully. Somehow, sometimes when things are pushed off, they just don't happen. You want to write a thank you letter to somebody, they did something nice for you, I'll write it next week. So then next week you say, okay, next week. And then next week, then next. And then all of a sudden, Zashayla was 2 years ago. I don't think if I write a letter now, the guy will never remember. Forget about it. Never put off. The Bochar Bar Mitzvah, just the one who gave up, he didn't have the Bar Mitzvah. Whatever reason it was, it just didn't happen. Well, 4 years passed from that day, and his mother had to go to the hospital. She was rushed in, seriously ill. And the boy, he's now an older boy, he's now 17 years old. They sent the boy together with his mother. She came in on Friday, late near Shkia, and the doctors came in and said there's a very serious decision that has to be made by tomorrow, and the serious decision is a decision of an operation that could be the difference between Chaim and Moves, and the mother was not in a condition to make such a decision. Who could she turn to? Her young bocher. Could you help me? Young bocher has such a decision to make about his own mama. How could he make such a decision? And he's sitting there and he's crying. He doesn't know what to do, and his mama falls asleep. All of a sudden, on that hole in that floor in the hospital, there's a big commotion. He hears people coming up and rushing back, and there's security guards that are rushing. So he runs out. He wants to know if everything's okay. They're clearing the floor. They're getting everything ready. A special room. Who is coming into the hospital? Pe'er Ador, the great Rebbe Yosef Shlita. He needed to come in for observation. He is right down the hall from the mama of this bar mitzvah bocher, 17 years old. So the bocher thought to himself, if only I could ask the Goin, Harav El Yosef, if only I could ask him that question, he could answer my shaila. It was impossible. The Gaboim were strong. They were around him. They protected him. And believe me, Gedolei Yisrael need protection, Rabbi Sai. They need to be protected at all times. And they were there. Security was outside. There was no way on earth that that boy was going to get in there. The boy stood by the door. He watched. He waited. All of a sudden, he heard something. Two of the Gaboim were talking. Shabbos morning, there was no one to lane Parshas Bechukoisai. Nobody to lane. The boy went over to the Gaboyim and said, excuse me, I know Parshas B'chukoisai perfectly, backwards and forwards. I would like to have the slus to learn it for the Goyim. There was nobody else. The Gaboyim had to furnish a Gaba quickly. He learned. After he was done learning, he got the chance to go over to the great Goyim and say Good Shabbos. And when he got that chance, he took the opportunity to ask him the Shaila. The Goyim told him that your mama have the operation and she should have arichas yomim v'shonim tovos and special nachas from you. The boy ran back to the mother, got his answer from the Gadol Ador, and goes back, and the mama has the operation. She comes through it beautifully, returns home, is now today, Baruch Hashem, healthy and strong. Do we know what the koyach of being mevater is? But sometimes we say, don't be mevater. You get what you deserve. You make sure that you're the one that gets the thing. You make sure that you're the one that gets the prize. You make sure you be it. Yeah, and this guy, nice guys finish last. Don't we say that sometimes? Rahman al-Islam. Mevater. Mevater saved the life of a mother. What do we do? What do we do? What aspirations do the children have? And this is so important. The children have to aspire for greatness, for godless.